Welcome back. You know what? These days I'm teaching music online, okay? And sometimes I get student and I tell them, hey, can you just play something for me? And they go like, bum, 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 over there and over there. They just do crazy. They just play crazy chords, some songs, yeah. And I feel like, oh, that is amazing. I really like it. Okay, so then I tell them, hey, can you just play 1 6 4 5 in the key of G? And then they go like, what are you talking about? What is 1 3 6 4 4? What are these? I don't know how to play them. Then after that I go like, okay, I need to explain you something right now. If you are that student, if you are that guitarist, you can play some chords, you can play some songs, but you do not know the theory behind it. What is the formula of this thing? What the formula you should follow to make the chords out of anything, any scales. So watch the video till the end, and I'll be explaining you some formulas how to make chords out of a scale. So in the end of this video, you will be having a very good understanding of what is a scale and how do you form or how do you make chords out of this scale, okay, out of that certain scale you are given. Suppose maybe like it can be C major, it can be G major. Today we only talk about the major scale, not the minor one. I'll make a different video about the minor one, so we'll talk about that later on. So today's video is only about the major scale and how to make chords out from these major scale notes, okay, how to make chords from these notes of the major scale, okay. And before that, just want to tell you, is it too hard to understand? No. Is it too easy to understand? Yes, it is easy. I mean, it's not that hard. If you just listen to me and just grab your guitar and just play along with me, that will be so easy for you. It's not rocket science. I'm not gonna make it's this kind of knowledge to understand. No, it's easy. Okay, right now I really want you to see the screen, okay? And you can see the notes right now of a C major scale. So which is like C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Basic. I mean, if you do not know, then you know it right now. Congratulations. So here is the notes of C major scale. It goes like C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. No big deal. Fine. So right now, you know what I can do? I can call the C as one note, and the D as the second note, and the E as the third note, and F as the fourth note, the G as the fifth note, A as the sixth note, and the B as the seventh note, and the C as the eighth note, or the octave. Okay, so we don't need that octave right now. So maybe let's count it till the B, the seventh note. Okay, we don't need that eighth note because we already have the root, which is a C, right? So like you can see that. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So if I'll ask you, hey, what is the seventh note of C major? So you go like, oh, that's B, easy. So what is the fourth note? F. What is the fifth note? It's G, right? So what is the sixth note? Oh, that is easy. That is the A, right? So right now, like you see, I just skipped the last note, the octave, which is a C. I don't need that thing. I mean, just like I said, I have written it in the beginning of the scale, the root C. So we don't need the octave right now. So let's just so you right now know that there are 7 notes in a major scale. If you play 2 or more notes at the same time, it will make a chord. Okay, just like I can play any random notes and I call it a chord. Okay, just maybe like oh, I'm sorry. I don't know what chord is that. I don't give a damn because the rule says 2 or more notes is equal to chords. But right now, you know what? We will talk about triads. Triad, T-R-I-A-D. Okay, triad. So what is triad? Okay, triad is also a chord because you know what? It has 3 notes, and you have to play them instantly or simultaneously to make it sound like a chord. So it has 3 notes. Triads, 3 notes, triads. So, but there's a certain rule you have to follow to play a triads. So triad, the rule says something like this. The rule is, triad means you have to play the root, the third note, and the fifth note. I'm talking about the scale. I'm talking about the root of the scale, the third note of the scale, and the fifth note of the scale. Okay, so right now you can see in a C major scale, the root is the C, and the third is the E, and the fifth is the G. That's all you need to know. Okay, so it's just like a simple formula you need to follow. It's just like play one, skip one, play one. Okay, that makes a triad. Okay, so play one means only play the root. The triad must have a root. Okay, without the root, you don't have a face. So you can you just cannot recognize a person if person doesn't show its face, right? So you cannot. Sometimes you cannot recognize a chord if it doesn't have a root. So root is the face, recognition of any chord or any triad. So right now, like I said, the root, the third and the fifth makes a triad. Okay, so right now in C major scale, it's obvious to make a chord out of this C major scale. The first chord, the C major triad itself. So it has the C note, the E note, and the G note. If I play, these three together, this is a C major triad. Okay, so right now let's do one thing. You know what? I'm going to write this scale, but instead of writing the scale, starting it from the C, I'm going to write the scale from the D note, which is the second note. Okay, so I started the scale from the D note, so which is the second note. So it's just the same notes. These are the same notes of C major scale, but I'm writing it from the D and ending it with the C. Okay, so what about right now? What type of chord we can make out of this scale? So right now the root is the D right now. Okay, and the third note is the F, and the fifth note is the A, right? So what chord is that? D, F and A. So that is a D minor chord. Okay, so the D, A, F. Oh, that's a minor chord, D minor chord, we know it. So that basically says the second chord of C major scale is D minor. Okay, so the same way I'm going to write this scale, but I will start it from the third note, which is the E note, right? There you go. So I'm going to play the same thing, to make a triad. I'm going to play the root, the third and the fifth. So E, G and B, right? So E, G, B. What chord is that? That is E minor. Okay, so the third chord of C major scale is an E minor. Okay, sounds spooky, I kind of so close no matter how far. Just kidding. Okay, so right now I'm going to do one thing. What I'm going to do, I'm going to write the same scale, but I'm going to start it from the fourth note, which is the F note. Okay, right now look at it. I just wrote it the same scale, but I am starting the scale from the F note. So right now look at this thing. I'm going to play the root, which is the F, and the third one, which is the A note, and the fifth one, which is the C note. So what kind of chord we get if we play the F and the A and the C? Oh god damn it, that is F major. That is F major chord. Okay, well, F major triad. So the thing is like this. The fourth chord of a major scale is a major chord or major triad. Okay, so in the key of C, the fourth chord is a major chord, and which is the F major. Okay, so right now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to write the same scale, same notes, but I will start it from the fifth note, which is the G. So the G and the B and the D, the root, the third and the fifth. So G, the B and the D. What chord is that? That is G major chord. Okay, so the fifth chord is the major chord also. Okay, so in the major scale, okay, in a major scale, the diatonic chord, if you follow the diatonic chord progression, the fifth chord is a major chord. Okay, just remember that. That's all you need to do. So like I said, it's not rocket science. It's just elementary studies. You have to remember ABCD. That's all. Just kidding. Okay, right now what I'm going to do, I'm going to write it write the notes of the scale, but I will start it from A. Okay, and I'll write it like that way. So basically, I'm having the root note as A, the third note as C, and the fifth note as E. What chord is that? The A, the C, and the E. So basically, that is our A minor chord. So the sixth chord of any major scale, if you follow the diatonic chord progression rule, the sixth chord is always a minor chord. That you have to remember. Okay, that's all you have to remember. The sixth chord is the minor chord. So from the beginning, the root chord is the major chord. Okay, and the second chord is the minor chord. In the scale of C, the second chord is the D minor, and the third chord is the minor chord. In the scale of C, in the key of C, the third chord is the E minor, and the fourth chord is the major chord. In the key of C, the fourth chord is the F major, and the fifth chord is the major chord. In the key of C, the fifth chord is the G major, and the sixth chord is a minor chord. In the key of C, the sixth chord is the A minor chord. So right now, what about we only have one note left, okay, which is the seventh note. In the key of C, the seventh note is B, right? Okay, so there you go. B, C, D, E, F, G, A. I mean, it's just like I'm writing all the same notes, but I'm starting it from the seventh note, which is the B. So right now, look at it. I'm going to play like I told you the formula of triads. Play the root, skip one note, play the third, skip one note, play the fifth. So B, D, F. What chord is that? Okay, let's see. Okay, B, D, F. You know what? That is a very unusual chord. I mean, that is very unusual. Like this chord is a B diminished. Okay. So just remember, it's a B diminished. Okay, so remember the seventh chord is a diminished chord. Okay, that's all you need to remember. The seventh chord is a diminished chord. Okay, there you go. That's all. That's a theory like that. That is how you form chords out of a scale, out of a major scale. Right now we're talking about the major scale. There you go. So in a C major scale, the possibilities chords you can form out of a C major scale are C, a D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, and B diminished. B, bravo diminished. Okay, I'm sorry. So I can do this thing, So basically, if someone will tell you, hey, can you play the third and the fourth and the fifth and the one in the key of C major? So you need to play the third is the E minor, the fourth is the F major, and the fifth is the G major, and the root is the C major. That's all you need to play. So right now I'm going to play C. Now I'm going to play the D minor. Now I'm going to play E minor. Now I'm going to play F major. Now I'm going to play G major. Now I'm going to play A minor, a B diminished, and the C major. So satisfying, right? By the way, I forgot to tell you why it is called diatonic chords or diatonic chord progression. Because diatonic means within the key. All these chords, D minor, E minor, F, G, A minor, B diminished, all these chords, they have the notes of C major scale. They don't have any notes from outside of the C major scale. They don't borrow any notes from, F sharp or C sharp, they don't have any sharp or flats. They just have the notes of a C major scale. So diatonic means within the keys, within the scale. Diatonic means you just cannot play any outside notes of a particular or maybe a given scale. You just cannot play the outside notes. Okay, so for example, in the key of C, you just have to follow these notes. You just have to make sure that you are playing these notes, which are like C, D, E, F, G, A, B. That's all. That's the meaning of diatonic within the keys. You just cannot go beyond the keys. Okay, maybe you can go. There is no certain rules in music. If the music needs some notes out from the scale, you go with it. That thing is called non-diatonic. For example, if I play C, then I play E major, that's a non-diatonic chord, because in the key of C, this note, the G sharp or A flat, is not there. So it's a non-diatonic chord progression or chord in the key of C. So that's all you need to remember. So yeah. And by the way, do you know these popular songs you listen in Spotify, you listen in YouTube, those have millions and billions views. They are basically most of the time, they just compose, following these diatonic rules, diatonic chord progression. So most of the time, all the famous songs, they only have 4 chords. Like I think you have heard it before. So they have the root, the 6th, and the 4th, and the 5th. That's all. Why they need 4 chords to make songs, to make a hit or billion hits? You need to ask them. But as far as I'm concerned, as far as I know, because they sound so satisfying. They sound emotionally satisfying, and the vibe this chord progression give is very good. I mean, it's so easy to digest for listeners. So that's why they do it. Okay. So if I play C, A minor, and if I play the F, and if I play G, sounds satisfying, right? Yeah, this is the chord progression. So maybe I can change the key, right? If I change the key to the A, I go like. Yeah, something like that. Maybe I can change the key to the G, right? I can do that, right? So yeah, there you go. That's all I need to tell you. So please, if you like this video, just give it a thumbs up, please, and write down something. If you think I skipped something else, just write it down. And if you have any doubt, you can just email me, and I think I can help you with that thing. You can ask me anything if you need. And yeah, that's all I needed to tell you. That's all about the diatonic chord progression. If you please consider subscribing to this channel, so please subscribe. That it helps a lot. And thanks for your time, man. Thanks a lot for watching this video and giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to this channel. See you in the next video. Bye. I rock out.